Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Lessons for Life. My name is Troy Hudkins, the host, and today my host is my guest, is Gui Costa. Gui, thank you for joining me today.
Well, thanks for having me. It's a pleasure.
Right on, yeah. It's nice to see you after all this COVID stuff going on and not being able to associate with people. It's nice to see your face and talk to you.
Yeah, it's nice to have a conversation without masks on, right?
Right?
It's pretty good. Feels
Yeah,
pretty
exactly.
normal. Yeah.
Yeah.
So thanks for accommodating this.
Hey, no problem. This is great. This is great. So to start with, I always start with my first question. I ask people, who is Gui Costa?
Um, I am a pretty simple guy. Um, I am a Brazilian guy that came to Canada to try a different lifestyle and then came to school, ended up here, and um, now I try to um, be the best person that I can be, and then try to follow God's path for me. So
Nice, nice. So you're
yeah,
from Brazil originally,
I am from Brazil originally. Yes.
and you grew up there, or you moved here when you were young?
No, I actually came in 2010 for the first time after I
Okay,
graduated university in Brazil. And then I lived in Vancouver for 8 months, went back to Brazil for 6 months, worked there, and then went back to Lethbridge for UFL. And then I met my wife here, and she's also from Brazil.
nice,
And yeah, and then after a year and a half of long distance relationship, because she went back, and then we got married, and she moved back here, and we don't plan on going anywhere now. Um, yeah, especially
nice.
now with a baby on the way, there's nowhere we're gonna
Oh,
go. Yeah,
congratulations. I didn't know that.
thank yeah, thank you
That's
very much.
awesome.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
it's pretty good.
That is amazing. So you went to
Hmm.
school in Brazil and then you continued school in Canada?
Yeah, I have a bachelor's degree there, and then I got another one here. I
Oh,
have a
nice.
bachelor's in yeah, I have a
Nice.
bachelor's in physical education there, and then kinesiology here.
Nice. Excellent profession. That is
Yeah.
awesome. Who do you think has been your biggest influence in your life, your mother or your father?
Mm. I want to say my father, and I don't know why, but I always had this desire to be a father. So I'm
Okay.
thinking it's my father, my biggest influence. Um, they they probably play the same role in my life, but we're very close. Um, but I believe my father. And that's just tiny bit more. The scale is pretty level here. Yeah.
Yeah. What kind of traits has your father shown you through your growing up that you want to be able to pass along to your younger generations?
I believe my dad is and always have been a pretty great and um, um, worker. He's very diligent. Always was up early and left the house early and didn't go back home until 6 7 p.m. And so I guess sometimes I missed having his presence more often in our house, but he always was trying to provide to our family.
Nice.
So that's one of the biggest traits that I can take it from him, as well as being caring for us. Right? He was always there and always trying to do everything for my mom and me and my brother.
Nice.
Mhm.
Right on. What about your mother? What kind of traits did she show growing up that you would like to take on as your own?
My mom is one of the most patient person I know, and I would like to take that um, for now and for the generations to come. But my mom is always very, she was always very forgiving, right? We would do things, but she would just, forget and forgive. So those are the traits that I would like to pass on to generations.
Nice, nice. Yeah, and it's always, I mean, both you say your dad had a big influence on you, but I'm sure your mom did as well growing up. I mean, both parents
Yes.
seem to have influences on you, maybe just in a different way, right? A little bit of a
Absolutely.
different role.
Yeah, that's exactly it. That's exactly it. Yeah, I was very influenced by them, and I think took a lot of values from them, which I would like to take. I took also the bad stuff from them, but I'm learning to let that go. It's really hard, but still I still have some of the bad things as well, right?
We all grow up with habits, right?
Yes, yes,
From
we
whether
do.
they're from our parents or whoever.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Growing up, did you have siblings? Are you a single child, an only child?
I have an older brother. Yeah,
Okay,
he
so
he
go
lives
ahead,
in
sorry.
Brazil.
Oh, he lives in Brazil still?
Yeah.
Okay. So growing up, did your older brother have an influence on you and the way you grew up?
We are very different, me and my brother, and I am a pretty outgoing guy, and he was the very opposite of it. Well, that's what I want to believe. I tell myself that. I don't know if that's true, but I try to engage with my brother lots, but we never were that close, like with other siblings that are still around. Of course, I
Right.
love my brother. I've done lots for him and him for me, but we were never that tight. Yeah.
Okay. You kind of
Mhm.
both had your own path that you were going on.
Correct. Correct.
Right. Um, did you did you gain anything from your brother or see anything that your brother did through his life that you want to do or that you kind of model yourself after?
Yeah, he actually is a pretty good student and always have been, and he's a doctor now, so he studied very hard
Nice.
to get there. So I take that from him, of course, because it's a pretty
Nice.
hard professional, yeah, profession to be at. So um, he was very diligent with studies. So
Yeah, that's one of my downfalls is studying
it's
and schooling is not always
yeah,
it's always a priority, but it's not maybe a strong thing for me, right?
hmm yeah, yeah, exactly the same, exactly the same.
Yeah, it's always been a struggle to be able to get good grades and stuff. Yeah. Which person do you think outside of your family has made the biggest impact in your life?
I actually have a few people that were very influential for me, but mainly is my wife, and that's because she she knows my weakness and she tells me the weakness and she wants me to be better, and for me it's hard, but I trust that's what I need to hear, right? Because
Right?
if everybody just told me what it's good about me, I would never grow. And also because she made me meet the most important person for me in my life, which is Jesus Christ. So she was very influential for me on this. Um, she brought me closer and closer, and now we are very close, my wife and I. So um, I'm
Nice.
pretty sure she's the most influential person outside of my family.
There you go. Okay. Awesome.
Yeah. Hmm.
Who is your idol? Who do you look at and say, I want to be just like them or I want to do what they did?
I don't think I have an idol. I don't think like I have lots of people that are examples. I can say it's you, Troy, but I don't know if that's true. um, I don't know if I have an idol. Like I have lots of good examples in my life, but there's not
Okay.
a person that I would say, oh, I want to be like him. Or there's good things about people and bad
Yeah.
things. Um,
Do
I don't know. I want
you,
to be the best of Guy,
right,
I
right.
guess. Yeah.
So, so then, okay, let's take that a little different way. So, um, who do you associate with, say in your group of friends or colleagues or professional people, that you look at them and say, I like that trait, I like the way they do this, I like the way they do that. Who would be your person that you would say you try to emulate, I guess?
There is this guy that he's this guy. He's a teacher professor at UFL, and he was very influential in my beginning here in Lethbridge. So I see him as a example of a father, example of a friend, an example of a person that gives up his own desires to give to others.
Nice.
Um, yeah, he is and was and is still very influential in my life. So I hope one day I do things that he has done for me, um, to his family or to other people. So
Nice. So
yeah,
so pass it forward.
correct. Pretty much
Yeah.
pass it forward. Yeah, yeah.
Awesome. Awesome.
Mhm.
Um, how important is education? You've got a bachelor's degree in Brazil. You've got a bachelor's degree here. How important is education in your life?
Um, it was not only the universities were important, but also the schools that I went to were important. Um, the friends that I made, the people that I met were very important in my life. Um, the education is important because I wanted to do what I do today, right? So
Okay.
that's the way I had to follow. Um, but sometimes the education is not on the books. The education is out there, right, in the
Right.
world. So yeah, I believe that any type of training is good for us,
Yep.
uh, and and we all keep learning every day, right?
Right. Exactly.
Yeah. Hmm.
Yeah. So, uh, with regards to education, do you think one carries more importance than the other between schooling and life lessons?
Uh, I think they go together. I I don't think one weighs more than the other. I think life lessons are very important too, as well as education. But I believe they both go together. You can't live without one or the other.
Right.
At least that's what I believe.
Right. You always
Mhm.
have to you can learn the basics in school. You got to learn some things, right? And obviously in your profession you had to learn about the body and the bones and biology and the muscles and everything.
Yeah.
But you actually have to learn stuff with people by doing things as well,
Yeah.
right?
You have to combine and apply the things that you have learned or gone through. Yeah. Because not
Right.
always the literature will be the practical things.
Right. Right. Awesome. Um, so with regards to schooling or education or even life lessons, how do you know when you know?
Oof, that's a tough question. How do I know when I know? I just gotta believe, I guess. I just gotta trust that's the right thing. When do you know that I know? Huh. That's hard. I honestly
It's
never thought about this. I don't even
yeah.
know how to start. Yeah,
I
you gotta believe it and be confident on the things that you study or that you've gone through, and then apply.
good call. Yep.
Yeah,
That's a good answer. I get
yeah.
lots of different answers to that question.
Hmm.
And I got lots of people
Yeah.
saying that's the hardest question they've been asked.
It is a hard question. Yeah,
Um, you've you're athletic. You play sports. You work out. That kind of thing.
yeah, I now with COVID, I've been working out at home every morning. We are usually up at 5:30 and 6 a.m. I'm already working out. I was going to the gym and working out, but now I'll be back. And I played soccer my whole life, and
Nice.
right now I play for fun. Yeah, recreationally.
Right on.
Yeah, yeah.
So with soccer or with your sports, how what experiences have you gained from being part of a team or in a team environment?
I actually gained lots of experience when I was at university. That's when mostly most of my friends were. It was at the soccer team, right? You're just so close. You're traveling together. You're practicing every day. You're working out in the morning when everybody's grumpy, so you know everybody's weakness, right? Yeah. Um, they the team was very like not only the team but coaches and athletic therapists. They were very influential for me, and then also the exercise that I learned then I can apply today on my job, right? Um,
Okay.
so that experience I took that too.
What what have you learned from being on a team that has made you stronger in your life?
I always like to take leadership in the team, so that maybe was the thing that I took from the team sports. Is even though I don't have a leadership position at the jobs that I have, but I can be um, I can be a leader or owner of my own actions
Okay.
while I am at work, and also in life too, right? I like to be a leader where I call people up, where I get people together, or um, I like to believe that, and that's just thing that I learned, that the best captain is the one that makes everybody perform better,
Right. Right.
and that's what I took from team sports to life. I like people to perform better
Right.
in life. Mhm.
I read a quote a while back. It says, create a team so good that you can't tell who the boss is."
Exactly, exactly.
So yeah, and try and build everybody up around you all the time, right? And make them
Hmm.
better, make them the best they can be. Good
Correct.
motivator.
Correct. Yeah.
And I know from experience that you are a good motivator.
Well, thank you, thank you. I try to motivate in every single aspect. So
Yeah,
hopefully I can keep that up, right?
yeah, right on, right on. What is your biggest motivator?
My biggest motivator is definitely God. He
Uh,
motivates me to keep going every day. Yeah.
Okay,
I have so many life experiences and stories of him guiding me through everything. Like me coming to Canada and meeting my wife, who's Brazilian here. That's not coincidence, right? That
right?
can be.
No,
Yeah. So I take every step just believing that he has something better on the way and another plan for us. So,
did you? So you met your wife here. She's from Brazil,
yeah.
also, from the same
Mhm.
hometown as you.
No,
No.
about 6 hours away. And funny
Okay.
story is that she never liked the city that I'm from, and I never liked the city where she's from.
So you never would have met anyways.
We would have never met, and now we go to both.
So you had to come here, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
we had to come to small effort to meet. Yeah, yeah,
Well, it would have been even more strange if you would have grown up like a block from her and went to the
yes,
same schools and didn't even know her, you know?
yeah,
That would
exactly,
have been
exactly.
that would have been weird.
Yeah, and this is actually her grandparents' story. They were both Spanish, and they met in Rio, in Brazil, and they grew up in the same town, like
Really.
a small place in Spain. And then 2 generations later, here we come, have the same story all over again.
That's awesome. I think that
Yeah,
is amazing.
yeah, yeah.
What is your biggest fear?
My biggest fear, not being able to provide for my family. That's my
Okay,
biggest fear. Yeah.
fair enough.
Hmm.
What is your why?
My why? Um, because I want them to have everything that we can, or the basics in life, right? It's food and love and happiness. Um, so I hope I can provide all of this.
Good.
And,
Yeah,
and yeah.
nice, nice. What inspired you to choose the career you're in now? Did you want that from a very young age? Did you kind of go through a couple different things before you figured it out?
When I was a kid, I wanted to be a dentist, and I really
Okay.
liked going to the dentist. When people hate it, right? And
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. Uh, but then I think sports kind of took me a different path. And then because I didn't want to study that much, I ended up in physical education, which
Okay.
then took me, okay, I want to go to Canada. And then I decided I had to study a little more. Um, um, but definitely sports and physical activity kind of directed me to the profession that I do today. Yeah.
Okay.
And the love of for people and helping them and again helping them perform better is what got me there.
Right. Okay. Awesome. If there is there anything else out there that you would like to do
Um, when I retire, I would like to work at tourism
as,
tourist
as a dentist?
for, no, no, not a dentist, in a tourism agency. Is that how
Oh,
you say it?
okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Tourism.
I'd like
Yeah.
to do that. Yeah.
That'd be kind of
Just for
cool.
fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hope so. Find people packages and flights and stuff.
That'd be awesome. Yeah. That would be amazing. You'd
That
be
would
able
be
to see the world without leaving your home,
yeah, exactly, exactly. Get to know every single place, right?
right? Yeah, that'd be awesome. If you could do anything at all without any possibility of failure, what would it be?
Um, have tons of kids.
Okay.
Yeah,
You
I would like to do that without failure. But
yeah.
like being able to provide again, right? Let's go
Right,
back to
right,
providing. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
right.
Yeah.
And have lots of kids.
Lots of kids.
Nice.
Yeah, that would be good. Fill the
Kids
house.
kids are awesome. I love kids.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
got
I,
seven
I, I
grandkids now too, so that's
7
even more
grandkids.
fun.
Yeah, I bet. I bet. Yeah, the grandkids can be good.
Yeah. Yeah, having a big family is kind of cool. I have seven kids of my own, or six kids of my own.
6 of your own.
and
Okay.
and
Yeah.
it was a busy household, but it was amazing.
Hmm.
There's a lot of things you learn.
Of course.
it,
Of
it's
course there is.
awesome.
Yeah. Hmm.
Yeah, how many
True.
would you have?
Yeah. Well, I want 3 in the real life, and if I can provide for family, I would like 8 or 9. Who knows?
Nice,
Yeah.
nice. That would be awesome. That
Yeah.
would be
My
amazing.
wife just said. My wife just said in the background, "Holy crap!"
Yeah, how are you gonna do that?
Yeah,
Right.
I don't know. She has
Yeah,
to say yes.
yeah, that's awesome. I think that's neat.
Mhm.
What is the biggest lesson do you think you've learned in your life so far?
Nothing is impossible.
Nice.
Yeah, definitely, nothing is impossible. I've seen so many things happen that,
Yeah.
yeah.
What's one example of something that makes you say that?
Um, there's a few, and one of them is me coming to Canada, where I had no desire in leaving anywhere and going anywhere, and when I first came, it's like, oh, this is nice. And then I applied for school. I stayed here working 5 jobs while at university. I had no chance. I had no chance of staying, right?
Nice.
Um, so me being where I am today, it's like I can't believe I went through that much stuff.
S-
And
Um,
with denied visas and denied passports and all of that, I still made it through. Um,
nice.
because of my mistakes or the government's mistakes, whatever, I'm still here, right?
Right. And
Yeah.
now you're permanent here now.
Yes. Yeah.
Like they can't
Yeah.
take that away from you.
No, no. And the
Nice.
mistakes I make is, that I talk about is like the government didn't read a piece of paper that I had, or
Right.
I forgot to send a piece of paper, or
Didn't put the right
those.
stamp on it.
Yeah, correct, correct.
Different date. Yeah.
Yeah, the simple things that make a big thing for a um, situation like applying for visas and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. That's awesome. I'm glad you're here. My wife's glad you're here.
Well,
It's
I
it's
I hope you
amazing.
guys are.
It's amazing.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
What is one thing that you've accomplished in your life so far that you're most proud of?
Um, that I'm most proud of definitely is getting the permanent residency in Canada.
Nice. Nice.
Definitely. Yeah.
Right
After
on.
going through so much and
Yeah.
so many applications and stuff and so much money. Yeah.
It's a big headache relief, right?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I haven't been stressed for 2 years. Yeah.
Yeah. Right
Yeah.
on. What is one thing that let's see, what is one thing that has given you your greatest life lesson?
One thing that's giving me the greatest life lesson.
I guess it's kind of like your nothing's impossible thing.
Yeah. Um, I like. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Um, I'm I'm just a it, I'm just a simple guy, and anything makes me happy. So simple things will just make me thrill and get excited about things, and um, I just hope I can keep loving people the way I do today, and keep helping them and giving my best. Um, and
Nice.
I hope I can be again the best be that I can be.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Um, is there anything in your life that you've done that you wish you could go back and change?
Oh, so many things. I made so many mistakes when I was young. So many people I hurt. Yeah, and I wish I could go back in time and not do them. Not do them. Hurting so many people on purpose.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I
Yeah.
was still a good guy and still doing terrible things to people.
Yeah.
Yeah. This time, there once I was driving and it had rained and it had some puddles on the ground. You know how the puddles always accumulate by the bus stop?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would drive by the bus stop like the puddles and then get everybody wet on
On
the bus
purpose.
stop on purpose. Yes. So these bad things I wish I didn't do, and
Yeah.
or somebody had done to me so I could learn that was not good, right?
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Um, what is your idea of perfect happiness?
Um, I believe I'm already there. I'm already perfect and happy. I have my God that loves me and loves us so much, and I have my wife, and I have a baby on the way, and my
Awesome.
family's healthy. So I believe I already achieved that.
Awesome.
Yeah. Life is
That is
so
awesome.
good.
That is awesome. How important is family in your life?
So important. So important. And I like to be close to my family, and my friends are family too. And I like to be close to them all the time.
Right.
All the time.
What do you guys do as a family for closeness to keep the closeness together?
We party. Very much. We just cook and eat together and share our stories together and
Nice.
talk. Yeah.
Big
Um,
family reunion.
correct, correct. And with me and my wife, we like to do most of the things together. We wake up together, we go to sleep together, we walk together, we exercise together,
Nice.
we go shopping together. So we cook together.
Needless to say, she's your best friend.
She is. She is definitely. I
Awesome.
share everything with her, and she shares everything with me.
Awesome. That's amazing.
Yeah. Mhm.
Um, how important is it for you to have good and positive relationships in your life?
Very good, because people are very. They play a big uh, role in my life. Um, they're very influential, as we talked about, right? And I try to take the best out of people. So I so I like to be close to people so they can teach me more.
Nice.
Yeah, and be
You know,
critic too, right?
yeah. Well, and that's like you said earlier, that's how you learn to be better is by somebody telling you that's
Mhm.
wrong or you're not being the kind of person you can be or whatever, right? So
Exactly.
that's always good to have somebody to criticize you, but also somebody to be your friend and build you up, right?
Hmm.
When
Yeah,
you are
and
doing
I'm
things
not
right.
correct. And I'm not saying it's nice to hear that you're doing something wrong. It's really it hurts,
Right,
but in the long run, is a good thing.
right. Because you can only get better if someone tells you that you're doing it wrong.
Exactly.
Otherwise, you're going to
Yeah.
keep doing it wrong.
Yeah, unless you can see what you're doing, which I would say about 1% of the population can do.
Right. Because we're always
Yeah.
blind to our own faults,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. We like to judge lots, right?
Yeah.
And that's no good. Yeah.
So, kind of based on that same question, then, how important is it to have positive attitude in your dealings, whether it's with family, friends, workers, or even in your alone time?
Yeah, I believe positive attitude is always important. Work because we gotta influence other people, so we gotta be positive. If we're always negative, we're never gonna let somebody buy into the program that we want them to follow, right, or to help
Right,
themselves. And then in life, we just get caught up in the busy things, in the bad things. That the positive has to be there.
right.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you do any meditation or any sort of self healing or self awareness work on
No,
yourself?
I don't do any meditation or that. I just pray. I just read the Bible. That's the time that I have to calm down and then share with God what I'm feeling or what I should be better or not. Yeah,
Okay,
that's
so
the
that's kind of your self awareness time.
correct.
Okay.
Correct.
Um, what would you suggest for other people?
Oh, I would suggest that's the best way to do it. Because I have positive experience. I was influenced by it, so I really hope people would know more about it, right? And
Nice.
read and study and pray. Yeah.
Nice. Nice. If you could write a letter to your younger self, what age would it be and what kind of advice would you give?
Probably when I was around 13. It's don't worry because life is pretty good.
You wouldn't
Life
write
is
don't
pretty
drive
good.
through mud puddles by the bus stop?
Maybe I would add it to the letter, yes. Or don't hurt anybody because you know you're gonna regret it. And yeah, um, but I would say keep trying because you're gonna get there.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Mhm.
If you could have lunch and a chat with anyone, dead or alive, who would it be and what would you talk about?
I would talk to hmm, I would talk to any soccer player. Just and because I played for so many years, I just would like to know how is the life that I always dreamed to have when I was a kid. Not that I want to switch places, but because I want to know how hard it is to be busy all the time.
To be that person.
Yeah, because they're always on the go, and I can see myself without my family more than one night. So I imagine like being away for so many months of the year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The one soccer player I know is Pele.
Yeah, there you go. I would
So
talk to him. And we share the same language, so that's easy.
there you go. There you go. That would be
Yeah,
a good one.
that would be.
If you could live anywhere in the world, where would it be?
Canada.
Canada. Nice.
Yeah, yeah,
Knowing what it's like in Brazil and South America, you'd pick Canada.
correct. I would.
Nice.
I would. Yeah.
Even with
No,
the 40
no,
below winters?
even with the 40 below winters, because that's my only concern,
There you
right?
go. Yep.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
awesome. That's awesome. What type of music makes you happy?
Um, I like anything. I like, yeah, I've not, um, there's a type that we call samba in Brazil. I like
Yep.
that because it's just a good atmosphere, a good song.
Feel good
Yeah,
music.
correct. Yeah, but I don't know much about music, so I like anything.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So if you were stranded on a desert island and the device you had could only play one song over and over and over and over, and it would never die, what song
Yeah.
would it be?
Maybe a gospel song, and I think it's called "Mighty to Save," and that would be the only song I would play then. If I only had the choice of one, so that would be it.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah. And then maybe
Okay.
I would walk away for a bit and then come back and then listen to it, or else too
It'd be
repetitive.
playing in your head over and
Yeah,
over.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Yep. Okay, one final question. This one I ask everybody at the end of my interviews. If you have gone through your whole life and you've learned everything you've ever wanted to learn, you've gotten all the education and as smart as you could ever be, and you've accomplished everything, whether it be whatever, climbing mountains or sailing the oceans or whatever,
Mhm.
you've accomplished everything you ever wanted to in your life. But when you pass away and move on, you have to take everything with you. Nobody here would know who Guy Costa is. But if you could leave behind 3 lessons for life, what would they be?
Uh, so nobody would know me. Only those three things. Yeah. And it doesn't have to be material things. It can be just
No, whatever you
just
want.
I I hope they know that I love people and I want them close to me. So and I want them to see that and so they can pass on to other people too.
So love people.
Correct? Yeah.
Okay.
Um, love my God. And
Okay.
I don't want to. I wanted to be known as a Christian guy, so I want everybody to know that too, and take that. I Yeah. And the second thing is eat anything you like,
Okay.
because there's so much good food out there, and people neglect to eat most of the time, and so people get sick because they don't eat properly. So
Okay.
go ahead and try it all, because that's how what Gui Costa is. He eats it all
Nice.
except for eggplant.
Except for eggplant. Nice. So love people, love God, and eat anything.
Eat anything.
Nice.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Guy. It was a
No
pleasure
problem.
chatting with you today, and I hope that people that watch this can take from your experiences and maybe relate it to their own lives in some way, and maybe make their own lives better. You know, based on
Yeah.
you being the best, the Guy that you can be.
Mhm.
So that's what this is all about. Is from me is that I can help people be the best people they can be. So
Yeah.
thank you again for joining me for Lessons for Life.
Well, thank you. It's sometimes we don't think about those things until you're actually asked, right? So it's
Right?
nice to and it's nice to share our stories, because that's how, again, that's how we grow. And you're doing that uh, with questions and asking people to share about life, and I hope more people can share their life story with you.
Well, I do too. That's what I'm hoping for. Lots
Yes,
of interviews and lots of people to share their lives with.
yes,
So
absolutely,
that's awesome. Thank you
absolutely.
very much for joining
Okay,
me. It's been a
okay.
pleasure. Thanks for joining us. This has been Lessons for Life, and I'm Troy Hudkins with my guest, Guy Costa. And tune in again next time for another episode. Thank you.